I gotta be honest with you. I haven't felt as myself the latest 2 weeks or so. I have felt that I've been very much so in past versions and patterns of me that I've so dedicated a lot of energy and time into changing and shifting in my life. I've been in this zone where I'm overly burning myself out, pushing, forcing, pressuring, and creating more and more resistance actually. But I haven't seen it that way, of course. First time when I channeled down my coaching package called Struggle Free, I asked kind of the divine of more guidance and more understanding for why I should channel that package. I said that, yeah, I've done a lot in regards to these areas. I have such a difference in perspective, and I've done so much in regards to this. But I still have the tendencies. I still have the tendencies of being overcritical. I still have the tendency of pressuring myself, burning myself to the limits. I still have a tendency to not create space for me. I still have the tendencies of going down a negative route. I still have the tendencies of having scarcity thoughts. So who am I? Who am I to channel down and create a package that is helping people to get out of this force mode, to get out of this struggle mode, to get out of this mode of effort, harshness, that I need to push all the time, that I need to chase, that I have to do so much and receive so little back? Who am I? And I received the answer like, you are you. That's exactly why you should channel down this package and birth it to the world. Because this is your medicine. This is what you gave you. And this is what you, exactly you, should offer to the world. And I remember I was feeling scared, typing down, the first sentences about what this coaching package was about and what I wanted out of the package. But then everything just relieved. Because I also knew that. I've been practicing a lot. I am today seeing myself as a master, and I see myself as a student in becoming better and better in changing negative thought patterns, in changing things in my life where I don't feel good about, in stop pressuring myself, pushing myself, forcing myself, feeling that life or things in my life is an effort. I've been practicing a long time now, and I've been doing a lot about it. I've been being a lot in order for me to become the positive-minded person I am today, and also coming back to my source, because that's a huge sadness that has been processed within me, a huge grief where I remember when I understood that, wow, you know what? My true essence, the true me, is a really optimistic person, is a really futuristic person, is a person with a lot of visions, is a person with a lot of light. How is that even possible that I have collected so much criticism and so much negativity throughout my life? Wow. I had a lot of sadness in regards to that, actually, and maybe you have too. That you're realizing that, wow, I'm not like this. This is not me. This is not who I am. That's why we need to go through this kind of unlayering process. And then we are coming to today's theme. It took me a little bit longer today, but I felt it needed to come out in this way. I receive a lot of questions And I hear a lot of people saying that their desire is that I just want to become a little bit more positive. We want to feel positive. We want to feel that we boost ourselves. We want to feel that things are possible in our lives. We want to feel that when we wake up or when we have a spontaneous thought, that thought is actually light and bright and happy. It makes us feel joyful. It makes us feel playful, excited, inspired, right? And this we can create no matter what situation or environment or thought process you are in right now. You can change that right now, instantly. You can. And when it comes to thought patterns, especially if you're creating certain type of loops in certain type of spirals, yeah, you might need some practicing. You might need, okay? Not necessarily, as I always say, but I needed it, okay? So you might need it as well. And so because of that, we have to also be sure that we keep holding ourselves as well. And we are not going into this kind of toxic positivity either, where we are just like trying to be positive or like tricking ourselves, because that will not work. We have to feel it from within. We have to have that desire from within, and we have to feel it from within. That is actually the natural state that we are keeping and holding. And I'm going to give you what I call the amplification formula. The amplification formula is quite big. I usually go through that in my coaching sessions, but I will talk about a couple of them. And I want you to really tune in and really tune into your resonance. So when you feel, and preferably actually write this down or like take notes. And what I want you to do then is that you look through your notes afterwards and feel into what feels the most resonant for me right now. What is one thing of these ones I can start with today? And this is the part of following soul. If you are a rapid shifter, I don't know what to call it, like me, you have a lot of different energies, and you have a lot of different thoughts, and you're a little bit here, a little bit there, and now you feel excited for this, and then you feel excited for that, and today you're inspired to do like this, and in 3 days you're inspired to do like that. If you shift and change quite rapidly, I would say really go with and following soul here and feel into soul. If soul wants you to take one of these ones today, and in a couple of days, soul wants you to have a look at one of the other ones, do that. But that is, of course, for those of you that also are a little bit more, those who can hold an energy for a longer while. You who are these grounded people, these people who can really I feel into this, and I'm going to go to the depths with this one. And I'm going to sit with this one that resonates for me the most for as long as I need to. If you're that type of person, follow soul and follow that resonance as well. Okay, so the amplification process I use when I feel that, okay, now I'm been spiraling into a negative route. Now I am overly stressed, or I feel overworked, or I feel like I'm on my override, so to say, which I have been feeling these recent weeks. I use this one also when I feel that I need to make the vibes larger or greater. Do you understand what I mean? Like sometimes I use my amplification process, or many times when I'm already in a positive state and I want to hold the container of it. So if you right now are actually in quite great of a you are in an amplified state already, you feel that, wow, I'm turning into this kind of great positive optimistic vibe right now, this is a perfect process for you as well. Because many times what we can fear or what we can feel insecure about is that if we have had tendencies in the past of spiraling easy to the things that doesn't serve us and to negative thought patterns and such, we can easily feel afraid of that we will drop back to that one. We can easily have that almost a little bit in the back, like thinking about it, or just like, oh, I don't want to fall back to that, right? And that's not the way to go, because then we still act on fear, right? So in order for you to hold that container, we also use the amplification formula when we are in good vibes. This is why I love this one, because it's very cheerful when we need the vibes, and it's so boosting when we're already holding the vibes. And the first and foremost thing that is so important for us to do when it comes to releasing the resistance, but also releasing into letting go of the negativity, is to let go of the situation. We have to be able to let go of the situation and feel into the state of relief. The state of relief is so powerful, because many times when we are desiring something, and I will have a separate podcast episode about this, I believe, but just to mention it quickly, when we are desiring something and we want it so bad, many times we have built up so much resistance towards it. So we're actually not longing for like all the excitement that we believe and feel about it. What we long for the most is the feeling of relief. It's the feeling of that, I just want to relax a little bit now. I just want this to pass. I just want this to feel good again. So that feeling of relief is powerful in regards to letting go. Some certain type of practices that you can use for this is, for instance, very slow yoga poses, yin yoga. You can use different type of breathing methods. You can do a lot of savasanas, like you're laying still. You can listen to guided meditations that are relaxing, or that has the themes of grounding, relaxing the nervous system. Everything actually that can calm down our nervous system is so important before we can really move into this amplification vibe, amplifying our vibes. Those of you who are Swedes right now, förstärka dina energier is it that we are talking about when we are saying amplify, because I know that sometimes we maybe don't truly understand what amplify means. With that, we can find different ways how we release and let go and feel into the state of relief, feel into the state of relax. You can do those kind of sounds as well, that you just like, or you can do as I do. When I go into this kind of modes, I go around and do like this. Throughout my days, I do that at home. Like if I pouring myself a glass of water, or if I taking a break or whatever, I do a little bit like it almost like I'm signaling to my body that it's like, oh, this feels great. Yeah. This feels great. Yeah. And instantly I get so much more happier, but also relieve a lot of stress and worry in my body that we usually have collected when we are in a time of push, pressure, hurry, hush, hustle. We are in that state because we have put on so much, like we don't feel safe. Actually, in the bottom, we don't feel safe, or we feel insecure about something, and so we hold on to things, we grip things, we want to take control. When we get into this kind of overthinking, overanalyzing, obsessive thinking, and really get ourselves up in the mind, so to say. Another thing that I like to do when I'm in this moment of not being so vibey, I also I visualize help. So I visualize the outcome being easily fixed, and I visualize a reality where this solution is solved. And why I do this is because when I noticed for like 2 years ago or something, I was really in a real deep questioning in regards to my assumptions, what I assumed about other people, what I assumed about like situations turn out to be, what I assumed about the outcome. And I noticed that my negativity was really also attached to different type of assumptions. So when I get stressed out and so forth, it's easy for us people to actually assume the worst, or at least assume that something bad will happen, or it will not go in the way that we want to, it will continue in the way that I have now, because we are so easily attaching ourselves to the experience, and the experience that we like recently felt, or that we felt for so many other times, for instance, right? Our experience is quite strong, if it's quite strong felt in our body, so that's why it's so easy for us to attach to it. But the point here is to not attach to our experiences, because we are not creating our future with our experience, even though we had fooled ourselves and tricked ourselves that that is the case. That is not the case. We are creating new experiences, and that is the future. So that's why during those time I pay close attention to my assumptions, and that's why I train myself and help myself out of it by visualizing, like, how can things be a little bit better now? Like, can I just for a moment, just for a minute, can I just like imagine that, wow, what if something just happened right now and I got so much help? What if this situation that I'm worrying about, or what if this situation that I'm feeling a lot of resentment around, just like solved suddenly? How come can this situation for me be solved in easiest way? And can I tap into that one? And if you can give yourself during this time when you are in this kind of amplification moment where you want to or need to amplify your vibes and become more positive, then use this, have it as a practice, maybe at your morning tea, or your morning breakfast, or your morning walk, or whatever you do in the morning. When you have a moment for yourself, maybe when you go into work or whatever, like, give yourself 1 minute to just imagine one situation that you notice that you are worried about for the day, and then imagine that one being solved in best possible way. What is it that you see? What is it that you hear? What is the conversation about? Or what is that being removed from the situation? What is it that you're receiving? Right? I promise you, you will feel so much lighter. And also, a big bonus here is that what we focus on, we get, okay? So everything that we focus, everything that we give out, we get back. So as soon as you are changing your assumptions, your reality will change with it as well. So this is not just a little bit of practice so that you can feel into a good vibe. No, no, no. We are doing practices that are truly deeply in the core changing you, so that you are becoming your truest essence, so that you are actually feeling and are and being that vibrant, energetic, positive, optimistic person. As a third thing, and as I said to you in the beginning, and as I also realize now, like, you can really take it in steps. If you want to take all of these ones, you maybe don't really know where to start, or you just feel that you want to take them all, then you can take it in steps. But truly, truly also tap into where you are on your journey, what you need at this time, and what resonates with you the most, and start with that one, okay? So if it resonates for you to take all of them, do that. But a third thing which we can do, and which is a part of this amplification formula, is that see in the situation how or where does this situation show me or prepare me for what's to come. Show me and prepare me for really truly evolving, ascending to the next level, to level up truly in my vibes. Because here's the thing, when we go through different like moments and different difficulties, many times it's also because we are being shown another reality, we are being shown another way of doing things. Sometimes I hear this kind of talk about like, oh, this lessons, and you have this lessons, and I do understand what people mean with it. I do also use the word lessons at different points, but I'm also careful about it because it's important for us to not see it as we are being punished or this will get because we didn't do this. It's nothing about that. It's nothing about that. We have to remove the punishment kind of mindset and mentality that us humans have, good or bad, this or that, right? It is more so about, okay, I'm being shown that there are other perspectives. I'm being shown that the situation that I'm in now, the state, the mind spirals I'm in now, is not really a perspective that I maybe feel so resonant with. So what's another perspective that I'm being shown right now, that I'm also being offered, that I'm also can take? What am I being prepared for? So when I go through this I would usually do as a longer journaling practice for myself. If you use tarot and oracle cards, you can also use them as a perfect tool to help you go deeper into the journaling. In that case, you first start with a question, journal down, plot everything down, and then you can pull additional cards to it. So I go through like, okay, in this situation, what is it preparing me for? I remember when I did it, when I transitioned from my work where I didn't felt that like I'm not feeling at all good here any longer. I want to move away from this one, but I had a lot of resistance in regards to that. And what I truly found out that, wow, this was really the opportunity for me to truly feel into fulfillment for where I am. And not saying that I will do this or I will feel this or I will make a change when I feel better. Instead, I took the responsibility over my life there and then and said, okay, no matter what the situation and environment I'm in, I'm allowing myself to feel fulfillment. I'm allowing myself to love myself and my life, no matter the situation, so that I am no longer an energetic match to that environment. Like every time I do it, I receive a lot of knowledge and understanding and wisdom from myself in regards to what am I actually being prepared for. I asked this morning, something which is very big for me in my life right now and has been bigger and bigger and bigger, and something that like has really grown into me, so to say. I've been doing this for a long time, but like it's a new level, if you understand what I mean. Is my way of feeling grateful, is my way of feeling appreciation for life, for me, for everything that exists. I feel that that is a vibration that I love to carry, and I feel that it's a vibration I'm very good at, actually. So because of that, I had this question to myself, a similar question to myself this morning, and realized that, wow, it's really about like this situation I'm in now is also me preparing me to feel even more grateful, because I have also asked for that. I also asked for deepening my gratefulness and deepening my appreciation for life in such a high level and such a deep depth, so to say, that I ever experienced from before. I felt that I wanted to really become this master, this goddess in gratitude. Do you understand what I mean when I say those things? Or is it just me have those kind of like desires? I at least have, okay? So that is my desire, and I really felt that. And then I realized like, wow, the situation that I've been in and this kind of mentality I've been in has only been a preparation for me to see that this is not the mentality I want to have. And no matter where I am, no matter how my situation looks like, I can always turn to gratefulness. Okay, the last one I want to take with you today is also a journaling question. And this journaling question is helping us to first and foremost remove what is not meant to be there, but it's also helping us once again to get this and gain this greater perspective over our situation and over what is needed to be like changed now, but also in long term. Because once again, like we are sustainable when it comes to our inner world. We are changing things not for the better now, but for it to grow and be sustained and improve over the longer run. And so that we don't fall back into this spiraling that often. So we don't fall back and feel like, oh, now I have this week again when I'm feeling this negative. I practice so much, because that is so common. Like I keep on hearing that and I resonate with that so much. I remember I felt it from week in and month out, like it was always something that was like, okay, now I've been a good vibe. Oh no, I lost the vibe. It almost felt like that, right? And so I know that many can relate to that. And because of that, this is a great, 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 great question to ask. And that is to ask yourself, what is it too much of? And what is it too little of in this situation? And here we get the understanding and the perspective also that what we instantly have to remove and instantly have to add. So this can be like literally whatever, let your inner soul, let your inner guidance guide you and tell you what is it too much of in this situation. And many times when I've been doing this one and being in regards to like my negative spiraling and such so much, it's been like, oh, okay, well, it is too much of this pushy thoughts, or it's too much of this I have to do a lot thoughts, So really be specific here. Don't just like, it's too much of negative thoughts. Well, yes, we know that, right? That's why you say you want to become more positive. But what is it? What type of thoughts is it too much of? Write it down so that you can go back to it daily and focus it on it for a while and remind yourself of that. Yeah, right now, you know what? Right now I'm focusing on this. Like one of the things that I notice actually with people that feel that they are going in and out from their negative thought patterns and positive thought patterns, so to say, is that we usually don't write it down. We're usually not setting a practice to it, and we're not having it as a reminder for ourselves. And this is crucial when it comes to creating patterns, creating another type of spiral, creating another type of loop. Repetition is crucial for us, so to say, so that the repetition of like doing things that feels good for us is dominating over the repetition of what we do that doesn't feel good to us, right? So that's why when we have things written down, it's also signs on it. When we write things down, especially with hand, pen and paper, we are more prone to remember it, and we are also more prone to make a change and make a difference in it. So write it down, have it somewhere where you can see it daily so that you keep on being reminded of that. Okay, friends, so this was the episode for today. I hope that this has helped you tune in to what resonates with you the most, tune in to what you feel inspired, excited, or you feel like this is so important right now. Yeah, this is what I want to start with. Like go with it, in tuning with the emotions where you instantly felt some certain type of emotional response to. That is usually the kind of the guidance, how you can know what resonates for you at this moment and what you should start with first. I hope that this helped you. Let me know. You can also write to me on Instagram at Within Talks is my Instagram name. And if you want to, give me some comments about the podcast, let me know. And you can also review the podcast. That will be like amazing, wonderful. I would be so happy if you did. This is a new podcast and it's really, really helpful in receiving all the support in regards to getting this podcast going. So thank you so much for all of you who have already commented, coming back to me, reviewed. I'm so grateful for that. I'm literally getting so warm every time someone says something about the podcast and what you like about it. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Keep on listening to your Within Talks. Take care. Bye.